I was teaching and a teaching principal of a class of grade 4 or 5s, and I was teaching with a woman who I worked with for a number of years, who was a very solid, very good teacher, and she knew all about democratic methods, and so we'd sit around, and she knew how to run class meetings, and she knew how to deliver consequences and follow it through every time, just like I would. But we had this class of grade 4 or 5s who were comprised of a lot of only children and first children who really were tyrants. So they all like to have their way. So this made for kind of noisy classrooms and a lot of fighting going on between the teachers and us. And they might be good in the class, but when they went out at recess and lunch, they caused havoc. And teachers would come to us and say, what are you going to do about your children? These guys are acting like this. I would, of course, say, they're not my children, but we'll see what we can do. But it became a lot of stamping of bushfires, and it just went on and on. And so even the teacher, who was very experienced and had a lot of patience, and that she also started complaining and saying, these guys are giving me a headache. I go home every night with a headache. This is like just too much hard work. And so she said, I wish you could talk to them. And I said, we'll have a class meeting and we'll see what's going on. So I thought, okay, we can't keep going. We're doing this negative stuff all the time with them, and we're not making any progress. So in the morning, we always had a class meeting in the morning, and when they came in from when the bell rang, they'd come in instantly, because that was the rule. You had to be there, and no dragging in, or you didn't get to sit in the group, so in the circle. So they were always the first class settled in the whole school. There was nobody. They were always sitting in the circle because they loved to share and loved to talk and have the limelight. So I said to them, the one thing I noticed about you guys is you are the first class guys sitting down here. You're ready to go. There's no fooling around, and you're so well behaved in this circle. And we didn't talk anything more about that. And then that day, the teacher said, boy, what did you say to them? It was amazing. And I said, well, this is all I said, because that's the only positive thing I could think about. There wasn't much else to say. You can't talk about their whining. So anyway, from then on in, there was a huge improvement, and we just kept sort of talking about things that they did well, and kind of putting aside the things that they were fighting about. And it became a tolerable year.